The fame, success, and everything else that Justin Bieber acquired in Hollywood don't make up for what he lost along the way. Justin Bieber has finally spoken out about his Hollywood experience and how it destroyed him in his innocence. Up until recently, there were only rumors about Justin being groomed at a young age and being objectified. But now it looks like the rumors were true after all. Let's find out what Hollywood really did to Justin. Stay tuned. What was the reason for that? I was really exhausted emotionally and physically, and I was sick. But I didn't realize I was sick. So I had E. coli, which is why I had IE. Only a year after finishing his Justice World Tour, Justin hinted at an early retirement by selling his entire music collection for $200 million, according to a new story from Radar Online. Justin has cleared his stand about his career and his priorities in life. But fans are wondering what made Justin consider an early retirement. We all remember Justin's debut in the industry, right? But do you know that Justin was just 15? When he started with his first song, Baby, in the industry, Justin was completely unaware of how the industry worked, and some things were unusually uncomfortable for him. The industry has allegedly taken advantage of Bieber during his early days, for instance. This happened on national television during an award show, when Bieber was surrounded by thousands of people getting into Megan, "You smell amazing, how old are you? Thank you, wow your eyes." And if you think that this was just a misunderstanding, well, be prepared to be shocked. Because Jenny McCarthy has also been accused of publicly violating Bieber in front of a huge crowd at the VMAs, ha. And if you aren't shocked yet, well, Jenny went on record to say that she actually physically mistreated Bieber. "I did grab his butt, I'm single." But I think that's cougar rape. Jenny never denied it. And she isn't really apologizing for what happened. Well, it better be, because that's just weird if it isn't it, yeah. You know, I gave him a kiss, and there was a lot of lipstick. And then my partner Luke decided to wipe it off, and I was like, no, so I did that for a reason, so remember me. So then I couldn't help, but it was just so delicious. So little Justin became really popular with his first few singles and was being called for interviews. As well, however, everywhere in the industry people failed to acknowledge that Justin was just a teenager and was still an innocent child during one such public interview, given that Justin was only 17 at the time and that he was with his mother. The interviewer gave him a hard time with her questions about being naked, dating, having children, and getting married. She also asked him how old he would want to get married and how many children he would want to have. So Justin responded by saying that he would prefer to have to be naked on stage. Bieber, Justin, I have little girl fans. I can't imagine it wasn't weird like that. Squeeze your face if you have to date one of us five. Don't be alarmed yet, because we have more. Apparently, Justin had a lot of awkward interviews as a kid. Check out this one where he was much younger than 17. And the type of questions asked during this interview are just outrageous. Some really weird questions. Fans think that it's not just interviewers, but big names from the indie scene. As well, Katy Perry once publicly grabbed Justin's behind because she apparently wanted to know what a Bieber butt felt like. At other times, Justin blatantly stated that he was uncomfortable, but no one paid any attention. "He never gave me the sex talk, so why don't you give me the sex talk?" Oh, and why do you want to hear the sex talk from a 15-year-old boy? That's pretty weird. Fans feel really bad about these revelations. Some fans were just outraged by how the industry treated Bieber, as one fan observed. And to think all these interactions happened on film. I don't want to know he had to endure behind closed doors, damn. One of these fans said, "The things this guy was put through, disgusting, and it's not like Justin didn't suffer through it all." This was severely traumatic for Justin, and he still feels it. "It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn." More recently, after videos of Justin being violated by celebrities and interviewers went viral on TikTok. Fans discussed why the business treated Bieber like an adult when he was only a teenager. The overall environment that Justin got as a child in the industry is horrifying, and fans believed that everything that happened in Justin's later years, for example, his drug issues, was because of it. Some celebrities, like Justin Bieber, were exposed to things that were highly inappropriate for children of their age. And in some instances, Bieber was nearly forced to behave in a certain way in front of the audience, and he was clearly not ready to do that. These rumors have caused fans to go bananas, and Usher and Diddy have both faced a lot of criticism. Music. It's clear that Justin is a 15-year-old, but they claim to have legal guardianship of him and the power to treat him as an adult. So why couldn't they reveal what they were going to do for the next 48 hours? Why were they keeping it a secret and giving custodial orders? Right now, Justin and his boy are having the time of their lives. But we can't really disclose where they're hanging out and what they're doing. Grown man hanging around with a child. What happened behind closed doors is unfathomable, said one fan. A common theory related to the alleged grooming is that Justin found his way to drugs and other substances during this time. In some videos, he's seen looking unusually dizzy and uncomfortable, almost like he's not in his senses. Fans believe that Justin was drugged during the party. Why people think that the allegations against Diddy are believable is because Usher has previously gone on record during his Rolling Stone interview to say that he's experienced some wild and unusual stuff during his time with Diddy, never knew what was going to happen. And by the way, I haven't quite experienced anything like that. Hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things that's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up. And I mean, Dan paused, but like that's I mean back in the days when he was like 10. And I was a little bit older. His older brother used to fight over the frosted plate. If you think that mistreatment is all that happened with Justin in the industry, well, you're in for a big surprise. Because apparently Justin was allegedly framed for assaying a woman when he was merely 20 years old. I don't normally address these things as I have dealt with random accusations my entire career. But apparently this is what happened to young stars in the industry, as fans had previously pointed out that many young talents like Bieber have previously fallen. Bieber had denied all the accusations. But in his official statement, there was one thing that clearly showed how the industry had treated him in the past. He denied the rumors and the essay accusations. And then he said, I don't normally address these things as I have dealt with random accusations. My Billie Eilish's mental instability is something Justin Bieber doesn't want her to experience. And he offers his support in case she does. It's apparently common for people to turn their backs. But Justin doesn't want to be like that. Justin was just a regular kid, but the way he was treated allegedly destroyed him for the rest of his life. It was difficult for me to be that young and working in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone you know telling you they love you, and just turn your back on you in a second. Justin previously shared an extremely emotional post on Instagram about his past in which he stated, I started doing pretty heavy drugs at 19 and abused all of my relationships. I became resentful, disrespectful, and angry. I became distant from everyone who loved me. I was hiding behind a shell of the person that I had become. I felt like I could never turn it around. Justin has previously been very vocal about how his life got destroyed due to all the influence. In his rather lengthy message, Bieber also addressed what happens to child actors in the business. He wrote, have you noticed the statistics of child stars and the outcome of their lives? There is an insane amount of pressure and responsibility put on these kids, and kids at that age aren't capable of handling that sort of treatment. When Bieber was arrested in 2014 on suspicion of DUI, driving on a suspended license, and resisting arrest, Police claimed that he had admitted to having beer, marijuana, and prescription drugs in his system. These incidents completely changed the course of Bieber's life. His picture people were quick to believe other unfavorable tales about him because of all the coverage about his drug troubles. Justin immediately became known as a youngster with severe anger management issues, who lacked maturity and who frequently threw tantrums. Music stage, This Is Me in the Eye, here's another one when he figuratively stormed off the stage. Music, you guys, there's been like 30 of these things coming up. Applause. Applause. The recent news about Justin allegedly retiring from music has taken fans by surprise, but most fans support his decision if it is. One fan commented that he and Haley would be much happier if they just took their millions and lived a simple life. Justin has been through a lot, and he has spoken out about it, so I was just like, and then that took an emotional toll on me, so I was like, I just didn't know that anyway. What do you think about how Justin was treated by the industry during his younger years? Do you think that stole his innocence? Please let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to watch our upcoming video, Music, Thank You Music. Another fan said that while he has a passion for music, his problem is that he is one of the most famous people on the planet, and people treat him like an object rather than a human.